Well, hello everyone, and thank you for being patient with us and joining us on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday night for some. I know it's been kind of windy and cold, but today is the first episode of The Rewrite, and I am one of your amazing co-hosts, Ashely, along with Julisa.
Oh, I thought
And
Beyonce was going before me.
Twiana! That's okay. I did it for you.
Thank you,
So,
friend.
We're
That's
clearly
what
off
friends are
cue.
for.
It's
If
okay.
I'm
That's what
Beyonce,
friends
you
are
gotta
for.
be Giselle and you gotta be Ashely.
Right.
That is the energy.
So we just ask that you guys sit back, relax, and let's get real. Today, we are talking about, today's episode is actually called Keep a Knockin', But You Can't Come In. And today we are talking about gatekeeping within the industry, especially amongst people of global majority. Now, I'm going to go ahead and further this question along to Julisa. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts with gatekeeping? Do you think people should extend the table, especially to their own people, or do you understand why some people would want to kind of keep those gates closed once they get inside?
Okay. Here's what I think. For anybody, I'm going to assume that most of the people who are going to join us tonight probably know what gatekeeping is. If you don't know what gatekeeping is, it is. And may I just apologize for my tongue being blue? I'm drinking a Kool-Aid right now. I apologize. This will not happen again. But gatekeeping is when people are limiting who can have access to a certain thing. And in this case, in the industry, we're talking about people who are gatekeeping, who gets access to create things, to write, to produce, to direct, to act. And so, our question in particular today, and if you've been following us on our socials, and you have seen, we posted it on Twitter, we posted it on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're talking specifically about our community because that's the community that we're in. And the question is whether or not minority creators owe it to their communities to extend the table, to open the gates, to let other people have access to the things that they've gained access to. Here are my thoughts. I feel like is a very strong word. Oh,
It
it's
is.
not really the word I would use. Oh, I mean, do we really owe anyone anything? I'm gonna say not owe. They don't owe it to anybody. Do I think they should? Yes. And I think that because I think historically the way that our community has been able to move forward in the industry is to help each other along. Like, and I think it's what happens naturally, but especially in this industry, the way to get things done is to know people. And very often, if you don't know anybody, you're not going to get anything done. So I think the onus is on us, well, not me because I don't have anything yet, but on other Black creators. They don't owe it to us, but I feel like truthfully, if they don't open the doors for other creators behind them, then just the opportunities diminish. Because the truth is, the other communities are not thinking about opening doors for us. They're not thinking about us, period. And I'm not saying that they're purposely, eliminating us from the narrative. That's not what I'm here to say. But what I'm saying is they almost have no reason sometimes to think of us. I think that stats show that, not even stats show, but if you see, there's been a recent article about Issa Rae talking about how early in her career, she was advised to include a white character in Insecure so that white people would care about the show. And that's just supposed to tell you that the idea we're getting is that the majority is not interested in minority advancement, minority stories. I'm not just gonna come out here and say that, but that's what we're getting. That's what it's giving. And so I feel like the onus is on those of us who are able to open doors for ourselves to open it for people behind us, for the reason that nobody else is gonna do it. Because nobody else is gonna do it. That's how I feel about that. But am I gonna be
That's very
mad
true.
if people not doing it? Maybe. But do I have a right to be mad? Maybe not. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Okay. I somewhat
That's what I'm
agree
thinking right now.
because I
Twiana, what do you?
think. Oh wow, you're gonna skip right over me. Shoot. Not her.
I'm
Not her
sorry,
skip.
Ashley. What I meant to say was, Ashley, what do you think?
Yeah, Twiana knows why she's going last. She knows exactly why she's
You
going
right.
last.
Why is
You right.
that?
Because you have a very special topic. You have a very special topic to talk about. I think that I don't know. I feel like no one owes us anything. No one does. But I feel like we kind of owe it to each other because if we don't help each other, like why would anybody else? You know what I mean? Why would we give other people the satisfaction of saying that they helped uplift when we don't uplift our own community? And that's something we see all the time within the Black community is that's such a big problem is that they don't uplift each other. And so that's why I love what we're doing because we're creating a lane for pretty much everyone, but especially people of global majority to get their voices heard, get their talent seen. Like Issa Rae said, that it's insulting how the Hollywood gatekeepers like don't uplift Black creators. She is one who tries to uplift everybody, but she herself said it was insulting, and she's in Hollywood. So we're seeing more and more Black creators come to the forefront with their shows, especially actors. But how many of them are doing it? How many of them are using their platform to uplift other voices? Versus, and I can also see why some people, once they get in there, they always try to be like, well, I'm here. If I help, it's like a competition. If I'm here, no one else can come and take my spot. If I help somebody, they're gonna come and take my spot. But there's enough in the world for everybody. That's why I don't understand that. I don't subscribe to that mindset, so to speak, because there is enough in the world for everyone. So
I firmly believe
I
her.
agree, and then I don't. So I'm like on the fence with that one. Twiana!
It's on me finally.
She over there sipping. She over there
I am over
sipping.
here just, What'd you say? I couldn't
So
wait.
you over there sipping drinks.
I know, because I couldn't wait. Do I think that other creators owe it to other creators? I agree, Julisa. The word "owe" is a strong one. But do I think that we should? Absolutely. What is the point in having things like studios that you are building if it is
Right.
not further Black creators that come behind you? I think that it's ridiculous to build something and it comes off very much shrinish as opposed to an accomplishment for Black people. You want us to celebrate. Listen, cancel me. I'm okay with being canceled. But you want us
Hell no, don't cancel us. Do
Please
not
don't
cancel.
I take it back. Don't cancel me.
Disclaimer:
Celebrate
we do not.
this big
Tawana's
thing.
opinions are her own.
My opinions are my own. They are. But you want us to celebrate with you and join in with you and have some form of ownership as if you're saying this is for us. But then you close us out. It doesn't make sense. It's not the extension of the table. The reach back is what we have to do as Black people. That's the only way we're going to have anything. We have already been, the door has already been closed on us. And so if we are not opening the door for each other, then there's never going to be more Black content. We complain about not enough Black content, but we're not putting any responsibility on the people who have the ability to open the door to make more Black content. The fact that
That's a good point.
TV shows are always the same is because it's always the same writers in the room. It's always the same creators. It's always the same people who are putting forth the same content, and it becomes very cookie cutter type things. And then we get angry about it because we're like, well, this show is exactly this show, just with a different cast. That's because it's coming from the same writer. It's coming from the same creator. In order to elevate us, we have to have more people, Black people or people of color. I'm gonna say Black people. I can't speak for other races, but I can speak for being Black. We thrive best when we have each other. We thrive best. We do better. We create more. We develop more when we have each other. But when you close yourself down, and then you do it where you're nitpicky too, and you wonder why, because you got put on and you have no talent. And the people who do have talent are sitting there knocking at the door, trying to find the way in. And even if you
Not
don't get the opportunity, educate, teach. I mean, we need people to reach back. You can't close your door and say, my audience wants to hear my voice. Okay, your audience does. Maybe they do. But they need you to come with a different voice. Like, it can't be the same voice every single time. So yeah, I think that we as a people, we have a little bit of responsibility to be accountable for each other in everything that we do. I mean, that's the only way that we're going to be successful as Black people, is if we take some accountability for each other, because our counterparts, they take accountability for each other. And you can call up Brad, who owns so-and-so studios, and your son, who just graduated from school with how to be the best paper cutter, is now an executive somewhere making big decisions, and he's putting on the stuff he likes best. And here we are, which is what we always have to do. We have to figure it out and make a way. But there are people now in position to help us. So why are they not? Even if it's creating programs, come on now. Something.
That's very true. That's a good point. That is a good point. Now, on the other spectrum. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go on.
For me.
Thank you. I just wanted to float by you guys an idea. No, and I'm playing a little bit devil's advocate, but I'm gonna play because, like, I wonder if you guys think that there is a potential for this idea of people in my community. Like, is there a downside to expecting people in your community to help you out? Because I feel like there is some version of this or some iteration of this where it could create a mindset of I expect this person to help me. And if they don't help me, that means none of my people is going to help me. And if none of my people is going to help me, then why am I even here? I'm not even going to try. Am I making that up in my brain, or is that like a real thing? Because I feel like it's a real thing. Like, I feel like there's this aspect of it that lends to like looking for a reason that you're not making it, other than maybe that you need to work harder, or you need to keep going, or you need to develop your skills. Am I imagining that? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's definitely the thing. We have to go through tests. We have to prove ourselves worthy for everything, and our counterparts do not. They do not have to prove themselves worthy to anything. They get things handed to them, which is one of the biggest chief complaints that we have as a people. But it's because when our people have something, they make us go through the most to get it. And maybe we should, but we don't get anything handed to us. And rightfully so. Like, I personally don't want anybody to hand anything to me. I want to work for it. I want you to teach me to fish so I can eat forever, and I can extend my own table to the next person. But a lot of times what it is that we get these opportunities and we mess up. And so the person that comes behind us who wants the same thing, now they got to go through the test because we've already been nice once. As a people, we're going to be nice one time, You ain't gonna get us again because we don't like to be taken advantage of. And so then we close ourselves out. And now you got to work for it. And that's something that we do as Black people. Like, we have got people of color, well, Black people, I can't speak to other races, but we have to take the opportunity. And when it comes, we need to be ready for it. Don't go asking for something you're not ready for. But that's a different conversation.
This is true. That's a good point.
This is, because now I got something else to say. Because I just want to point out a couple things. I'm sorry, Ashley, now I'm gonna let you talk. But
okay,
for one, I think to lend to, and I don't know why I'm trying to be all up in the devil's corner today, but just to lend, opposite of what I was just saying, to lend to people of color who may appear, I don't know any personally, but we're speaking from what we see, who appear to expect more from their people who are trying to break in from their community. So Black people who are successful places, expecting Black people to be top tier when they get to them. I think that comes from also that mindset of, I had to be top tier, I had to be excellent. And also, I know that if anybody that I bring in here that looks like me is not excellent, they're going to misjudge everything I do, and that's not fair. That I don't think that's their fault, and I feel like that's a mindset we have to get out of. But we have this. I don't know when I heard this in my life, but I know that I've always known it, that you have to be twice as good to get in, and that's the atmosphere, and it's not equal across the board. Like, there's plenty of people out here making average shows that people are watching because let me not go down this road.
Very average. Let's talk about it. Very average.
That road.
Let me just say.
Yeah, very.
I'm not gonna go down.
It's giving very mediocre. It's giving very, we're just going to focus on stereotypes all the time.
Like, maybe I just want to make a regular show that's just a regular, nothing special. The concept is not high. Okay. It's just regular. It's for entertainment. But I don't get that opportunity because of what I look like. Like, I have to be up here. And I think that's something also that plays into this whole thing of who you allow to get in the door. Because I think if you got there, you know that if somebody's going to make it, they have to be excellent. And if they're not excellent, don't even let them in the door, because I don't have time. So that was me defending an opposite of what I just said. Yeah.
Speaking of gatekeeping and being very mediocre with your gatekeeping, let's talk about it, because you brought it up. There are some who have created large studios and have made such a name, humble beginnings, yada yada, blah
y'all
blah blah.
Not gonna come for my people.
But you made a studio, and then rumor has it you decided to fire all of your writers. So you fired your writers. Why? Because you weren't happy with what they were doing. So you decided to write everything from your multi-million-dollar studio, where your shows that are
cookie cutter.
Same
show, different name.
Right. When you had the opportunity to create writing workshops, because that's what you were known for. You were known for writing such good things, for writing such great plays, for writing movies that people watch. Can't speak for myself, but people do. People watch it. People support it.
I do watch it. I do.
It wasn't me, but I'm just saying, you had the opportunity to create workshops and to create basically an environment where you as a man from humble beginnings basically made a name for yourself, and then created something that was so like fantastic, that's never been done before. And You fired everybody and didn't want to. You couldn't bring on no talent. You couldn't bring on, have no showrunners that were at least, maybe an internship or something like. What?
I just want to say that on Alluded to Studios, they have other shows in production that are on their way that are gonna have other showrunners and writers. Okay, I just
That's
wanted to say
surprising.
that. That's
only
all I
because-
wanted to say.
That's only because Black people get Black people together, and we will check you no matter how high up the food chain you may be.
A quick check.
We're gonna let you know, even if we do not know you personally, we do not approve. We're not accepting that. We're gonna get you together. Like, that's the one thing. Everybody becomes the auntie or uncle when they need to be. And I'm sure you got talked about bad enough to where you're like, okay.
Oh yeah.
But this is the thing. I understand protecting your brand. I think that at all costs, especially us, we have to be on brand and we have to be protective of what it is, because this is our shot. Is like, we always ready for doom, right? Like, this could end and then it's over for us. So I get the protecting of the brand, but you can't put out mediocre work and expect us to subscribe to it because it's Black to Black. Like, no, I'm not. If it's not good, I'm not watching just because of who you are. Once upon a time, it was good, but everything runs its course and you have to pivot or come up with your creator. Now it's time to go to the drawing board and create. You can't expect us to just subscribe to garbage shows, garbage movies.
Not her calling it garbage.
I mean,
It is though.
Did y'all hear that?
Very garbage and very stereotypical.
Did
y'all hear that?
It's
okay. Oh no, it's not me. I was just checking with the people in the audience and making sure they were all right. Is y'all all right? They say they okay. They say they okay.
It doesn't work. It works for home.
Formulas work, okay? You know how many romantic comedies we have seen starring white people with the same story every time? Okay, you know what? Y'all are setting up. I'm going to
need more from
defend my man for the one time.
Everybody.
And y'all always want more from Black people. Let us live. Anyways, I'm a defender.
Speaking of wanting more,
y'all know who
there is one person that we should honor because they have done more.
Oh, yes.
And that is
before you get there, can I please
What? Can you
I got about 3 words to say in defense of my friend, because we all know who it is. We're calling no names, but we know that y'all know. And I just want to say that this person has created many, many opportunities for lots of Black artists, especially actors and actresses. And while this writing situation is a questionable one, and
very questionable.
I think it speaks to something different than what it's easy to infer. I think it's easy. I think the inference is that either you know what? I don't know what the inference is. I think it's more a character flaw than anything else. I think not being able to work with a group of writers is a character issue and not a I don't want to bring my people up issue. I don't think it's that. I think it's another problem that, I don't know how to address because I'm not a psychologist. But on the flip side of that, I just want to say that he has created a lot of opportunities for a lot of Black people in a lot of different arenas. And are the shows formulaic and stereotypical? Yeah. Do we not like them because they average and we heard them all before 10, 100,000 times? Yeah. But are the people, are our lighter skinned brethren making the same old thing and putting it out all the time and being successful? Yes, they are. And so if my friend wants to be average for a couple of years, I'm going to let him be average because we deserve to relax. That's all I have to say.
So this is relaxing.
Wow.
Oh
I don't know, but he could do
No.
whatever he wanted to do.
No, he does not get the chance
Wow.
to relax and then expect us to tune in on a network
Well,
that
people
is
is
supposedly for us. Absolutely not.
that is definitely another
This
episode.
is the reason that we get closed out of the door and we are not on ABCs and NBCs and all because we're not creating anything
Is that the
that we
reason,
want to
or
watch.
is that because they gatekeeping?
Well, he has the ability to do what he needs to do to get us in the door.
Does
Shonda
he?
did it. Shonda
Because
did it.
what?
And Shonda gives us and
Shonda.
delivers. I'm going to call her out. Shonda did it, and Shonda delivers a new show every time. I have yet to see her use
That's
a
true.
formula
You're right.
to repeat. And just because of who you are does not mean that gives you the right to do us like that, because you close the door for everyone behind you because you're giving us a cookie cutter show and changing the name from brother and calling it. I said it. There you go. Now you know. Now there's no need to understand. You can't do that to us and then expect us to be like, "Yay, let's join." No, there are plenty of creators who can give us different. That's lazy. That's lazy.
Some people want the same.
Some people
I'm
want
gonna
the
be
same.
out here. Some people want the
Okay.
same, and that's all they want. Y'all not gonna do y'all mamas?
That is true. That's
I'm
the
calling
point.
out my parent
Some
right now.
people-
But does anybody know somebody that watches Hallmark? Is it just my mommy? All them movies are
My mom.
literally the same, and she
Yeah,
loves
literally the same.
everyone. So some people like the same.
And it's a formula to that too. And it belongs.
Do
Yeah.
I want that for my career? No, I don't. But hey, some people, if it's making you the money, go ahead. What I don't want you to be doing is excluding other black creators and writers from your process.
Yes.
And that happens, but okay. I'm gonna back up off of him because I do believe that his intentions are not bad intentions. I don't think his intentions are to be a gatekeeper, but
yeah,
I agree.
And we get at him a lot. So I'm gonna back up off him. But I don't watch his stuff anymore. And that's just because I expect more.
Same.
I'm gonna play it in the background while I'm cleaning my house because I need to support my
Oh my gosh.
Am I part of the problem, guys?
Every creator, I expect them all. I expect more. Especially if you want me to subscribe for me to be a fan, that is a big thing because I'm not just fanning
We'll
out.
get back to that when we talk about our show for today.
Okay.
Because
I
feel like it relates.
Yeah. So we talked about a certain someone that we expect a little more.
We were trying to keep it a secret, but I don't think we did a good job.
Just a certain someone that we expected a little more from, but we can talk about someone who has been doing that, who has been exceeding the expectations with creating opportunities for people of color, and that is our girl, Lena Waithe. She is a champion for empowering marginalized creators, and she is one who is not afraid to ruffle some feathers. I'm going to say our resident Fiance. She is her biggest fan.
Yes,
what do you think? Yeah.
In my head,
what do you think about her? Okay. Here we go.
She done started in her head.
In my head, y'all. Me and her go back to we were double Dutch partners back in the day.
Not double Dutch.
That's how far in my head we go. That's like my friend in my head, like from that far back. But that's enough. Because I love.
What is one thing she's done that made you have that respect for her?
You know what? I follow her on social media, on Instagram. And the thing that made me just not look at her as like, oh, okay, that's dope what she's doing over there with the mentorship program. And that's dope. It's the fact that she's always celebrating her people that you would not know of, people that you would not hear about in every part of the industry, music, fashion. And she celebrates those people. And because of a simple share to her story, they blow up. They become massive. I mean, to use your likeness to further people that are just like the small guy, not even somebody who's like an up and coming that people are already hearing about, but just a small guy, that to me is what makes her so special. Like she's a special person. Like as a human, she's just special. Like you don't get that. Most people celebrate their folks and that's it. She celebrates whoever she thinks is doing something great in the world, and literally she's making careers across all of this, from fashion to music to acting to writing.
Fashion. I didn't know about fashion.
Yes. Pyre
Wow.
Moss. Like that is somebody that's like blowing up. But that's because she celebrates them when they're the little guy, and then she gets to be the person to watch them like take off. And you probably heard them first because she shared it on her story. That's the smaller part of what she does, and then she does so much more on top of that. So I'm a massive fan. I don't think she can do anything wrong in my eyes at this point. Like I will fight you about her.
Not fight.
I'm dead.
Julisa,
It's on site.
what's the same question? What has she done, or what have you seen to where it was kind of like, that's what we need to do? We need to be like that. That is empowering and opening doors.
Yeah, I'm not as much, I am not to the level of fandom that Twiana is, and that's
In
for
her
no
mind, right?
particular
In her
reason.
mind.
That's for no particular reason other than I'm just getting into her work. Like I knew who Lena Waithe was just from buzz, but I didn't know who she was. I didn't know that she was out here like producing shows, selling shows. I didn't realize until probably in the past year that the Chai was her show that she created. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. Then I watched 20s, and 20s really just blew my mind. It was top tier. If you have not seen 20s, please go watch the writing, the acting, the shooting, everything, top tier. And my mind was blown because I'm like, I ain't never seen none of these actors before, but they're phenomenal. And I'm just like, this is beautiful. She's doing something great. And then I found out after that Queen and Slim was her movie from her production company. And when I tell y'all that I was wrecked after watching Queen and Slim, let me tell you, I went to the movies to watch with my sister and my cousin. After that, we were supposed to go out and eat and have a little girls' time. After the movie, we went home. We went home because I'm not gonna give it away. If you haven't seen it, go see. But if you've seen it, you understand. But so as a creator, her artistry is impeccable. She's giving what needs to be gave. And I follow her now because of Twiana and seeing the way that she navigates the industry, reading about her. She actually just started a publishing company, Lena Six. If you're listening, I write books. Don't hit me up, I'll hit you up. But but like I see the way that she's navigating in a way that is just like stretching out to pull people in, and you can just tell in the way that even she is on social media that she is caring a lot about finding voices that have not yet been found and giving people opportunities. And I think that's amazing and that's phenomenal. I think another person, somebody who I feel like would be my best friend in my head, but probably not because she's a lot cooler than I am, but Issa Rae operates like at that same level. Like, I love you, Issa, girl. If you ever see this,
right? Girl, we're besties.
But she like by using her kind of her star power, I'd say, but also her hard work. It's not all star power. Her work, her ethic, the things that she's created. She's using her success to create more avenues by literally creating her own production company, her own music production company, her own artist management company with color creatives. So
Mm-hmm.
she's using what she has to create more opportunities for more people of color, and she's doing it unashamedly. Like she says she's rooting for everybody black, and she means that. And I appreciate that because y'all know that's what we do when we be watching Family Feud. We be rooting for everybody black. We want the black family to win, and so um, Issa Rae, I think, is another one of those people of color in the industry who is doing it for the people. And it's not at all taking away from anything that she herself is doing. It is enhancing everything it does. And I think that is a plus that people can miss is that synergy when you work with people, I found it always enhances. And I feel like it's a lot for me to say because y'all not gonna believe me because I'm just here talking, talking, talking. But I'm not a particularly outgoing person. So I feel like for me,
Really?
girl,
That
don't
is
be out here trying
news.
to tell these people my business. No, I'm
That is
not. I
news.
stays in my house and minds my business and talk to Twiana and Ashely all day. But I feel like I know even as myself that collaborating with others, having other people read my writing, having people give me ideas, talking about the idea in their room, it enhances the idea. You get things that you would have never got.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's like this company. The idea would have not came without us in the room together. Not Tiana getting calls
I'm sorry, y'all.
when I'm trying to have a moment.
That is why she's Tiance, right?
Right.
Ignore my phone. I didn't think y'all could hear it.
Dang.
Right. I don't think I think I'm different. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Dang, Tiance.
You booked and busy. It's fine. You an
I'm
important
right.
person.
I wish I was really booked. I wish I was somebody that was dropping a bag on my lap right now.
Right.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Um,
I agree. My thing is I love Issa for that too. I think it's one thing to hire writers of color, writers of global majority to write these shows if they are centered around, people of color or whomever, and just increase the diversity because we all have different ideas, we've all had different experiences, but it's also so refreshing, if I may, to see actors who you don't even know. I love when it's an actor I have no idea who they are.
I love it.
I love that because one, they bring a different energy.
Mhm.
Two, there's so many talented people out there, but we just get into this cycle of just using who we know. We don't go out there and find anyone else. And that's a lot with VO. But I love when, we uplift people who just, you believe in them. They believe in what you're doing. We have producers that, are of color, and we have directors that are of color. We have casts that are of color, but all of these people are unknown because no one ever gave them a chance. That's literally all it is there's so much talent out there that's just sitting because no one opens a door, no one takes a chance, because realistically, it's chancier to take a chance on somebody who you don't know anything about. You don't know, anything about their work. You're like, I don't really know. But if they showed you even a glimmer of, oh, wait a minute, then use that, because that creates a spark and that creates a beautiful flame versus going over the same stuff, going over the same story, going over with the same people. So I'm an advocate for that. I'm an advocate for giving people chances, using the beautiful colors that are out there in this beautiful world.
Indeed. Well said.
can I
Now,
add something
yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
to say? I'm a big fan of Issa Rae too. Lena has stolen my heart, so I cannot allow Issa to be my friend, my best friend. But we
I'm
definitely
That's
hang.
okay.
Speaking of Lena, one of the things that I love about her mentorship program that she has every year is that in season 2 of the 20s, which drops tonight, I'm plugging it like I work for her, but let me go ahead and do
Right.
it. It drops
Right.
tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 Eastern. Anyway, and then 9 for those other people that are somewhere in the world.
Wow.
But her mentorship program, one of the girls who was the director, we've been Instagram friends. She directed, and she's like a couple of mentorship before. So she was like the first mentorship, and I think she's in like round 2 of mentorship. She directed some episodes. One of the girls, the girl who's in the, if you've seen it, you know, I don't know her name, you guys, I'm bad with names, but she's the one who's like kind of flirts with Hattie at the coffee shop or whatever, and Hattie's like,
Yeah.
she was actually in that mentorship program as well. So her mentorship program is for actors, well, not actors, I think it's for like directors, producers, writers, like the people in the behind the scene, but you get to see the opportunities that still comes from this in for her to be like on the show as an actress. Like, I think that's super dope. And if we were doing that, like if we do that for each other, we're opening up doors, like furthering people's careers. So I just wanted to mention that. And the 20s drops tonight, season 2. Go ahead, Ash.
It's like she's on the payroll.
Right.
I need to be, because I need to be, because I would be a great employee. I mean, I will pick your paper up off the ground. Just let me.
Wow.
Fuck yourself, friend.
Wow. Not pick up the paper.
Point, I am that a fan.
It was picking up the paper for me. Well, that officially wraps. Here she go. We're wrapping, Twiana. We're wrapping.
I'm done.
This wraps officially the first episode of the rewrite. Yeah! Now, let's tell the beautiful people that watched and supported tonight. We thank you so much for supporting us. You can find me on Instagram at ash.thegreat, Twitter, ashthegreat. And Twiana, where can the beautiful people find you?
Temporarily, until I change my name. You can find me. You can find me at Twiana E on Instagram. Don't go looking for me nowhere else. I'm not there.
Okay, Julisa, where can the beautiful people find you?
On Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at J Marcel Clark. You can find me on Facebook at Julisa Marcel Clark. I'm out here.
Perfect.
Please come find me. I'm in these streets. Not really, but I'm online.
Wow. No, please don't go just finding her.
I'm not in these streets because I'm saved.
Also, we are the Production Peeps. You can find us on Instagram at Production Peeps. You can find us on Twitter at Production Peeps. Also, our Facebook page. And we have a website, www.productionpeeps.com. Also, we are launching our Seed and Spark crowdfunding campaign for our Year with Cancer. It is a beautiful story about 2 sisters who are living through and trying to live through both dealing with breast cancer, written by none other than our lovely Twiana Tiance. So please be sure to share, subscribe, and if you can, donate. If not, share. And support Black creators and women in entertainment. And once again, we thank you all for joining us and have a wonderful Wednesday. Okay, we're done. Thank you so much.
Please donate. Have a good evening. We're about to say bye. Share this with a friend. Okay, good night.